Hey guys, Akil Stokes here. Wanted to share a few one of the trading ideas that we looked at in this morning's live trading room. Really the only three pairs that I had on my radar this morning were yen pairs, the euro yen, the pound yen, and the dollar yen, which we're going to look at now, which all have kind of similar pullback setups setting up on them. So if you take the analysis or whatever I talk about in this video, you can probably relate it pretty closely to the other pairs as well. But we're at a very interesting time of the market. We are in the dog days of summer where price action and price movement has slowed down, but we're also back in a very kind of potential temperamental time in the market from a fundamental perspective as well. We had our Jackson Hole Symposium last week, and our Fed chair here in the US came out and said that, hey, basically we're looking at getting back into an interest rate hiking cycle. And once again, we're going to be data dependent. And well, with this being kind of the last week of August / first week of September, we've got data coming out all week starting today with our JOLTS jobs number. We have unemployment, ADP, and of course our jobs Friday, which happens the first Friday of every month most of the time. So we may see some sparks fly starting today in a few hours, or less than an hour, I should say, but also later in the week. But from a technical perspective, here's what I'm looking at on dollar yen. Currently, we are in the middle of breaking out, right? Price action has come to really a previous level of structure, right? We broke out to the high side from this level of structure, which set up its own little continuation opportunity. We put in this little pullback / consolidation. It's more consolidative looking on the lower time frame. But regardless, you can see we're breaking out to the upside. So we're looking at a continuation higher and asking ourselves, well, where can we continue to if we're going to go higher? And the tough part is that we're in the middle of another big consolidative area from back here in late 2022, where this whole range is a previous level of consolidation. And our job as traders is to identify, well, where in that range is the dangerous location? Where is price action likely to stop at? And there's a few things we can do, right? You can use just our ability of identifying key levels of structure. And I'll bring a line right up here about 148.33. We brought in some volume as well earlier this morning and saw that, hey, are there any spikes up here that stand out amongst the rest? Well, not really, so that doesn't help us. And when we go down to the lower time frame, we can bring some Fibonacci's on. But we want to start off with just a general idea of what levels we're shooting for and asking ourselves the question, is there room to go higher? Because it's pointless to take a trade if you need it to continue bullish to make profit and you don't see there being a path to doing so. So as we go down to the 4-hour, what I'm going to do is a few things. I'm going to take out my Fibonacci extension tool, and I'm going to draw it from our most recent swing low to swing high, right? I can't really draw it from the current one because the move has not ended yet. So the current one would be this move right here. I can't really give that a draw because, well, the move is still going. So if we push higher, I got to drag my fibs up and that would defeat the purpose. So this is the best that I can do. What I can do if I want to bring in a secondary fib in is I can take the Fibonacci extension and invert it, right? We call it a Fibonacci inversion of this complex pullback. So this multi-legged pullback. So what I'll do there is I'll take my Fibonacci extension tool, drag it from right to left this time, this low, back up to this high, and back down. And you're going to see that we have some pretty good confluence between our 127 Fibonacci extension from this lower swing and our 1618 Fibonacci inversion from this higher swing. That's also going to be below a psychological number, which is the 148 even handle. So what we've done is we've narrowed down our range and given us a good area to shoot for, 148 even at the highest. And if you want to be a little bit more conservative, maybe what, 147.86 where that 1618 Fibonacci zone starts off at. So now that I have a price prediction higher, right, I know that there is opportunity to go higher, at least as of right now. Now the question is, how can I get involved in the trade? And well, my personal style of trading is going to be a pullback trade, right? So what I want to do is I want to wait for a little bit of relief in the market, right? Price action has gone overbought on the RSI, which tells us that we've been very, 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 very strong. It also tells us that, and we can see the hook starting, that we may be in term and ready for some relief. And if we get that relief, that comes in the form of a pullback. So what I'll be waiting for is the market to pull back, right? Structure acts like a magnet. So usually we pull back in the previous levels of structure. wait for a signal, right? I'm not aggressive enough to just kind of buy it down here. I need confirmation. Wait for a signal and look to trade that extension higher to a retest of previous structure highs, because that's just how I personally trade, or an extension higher up to this level. And again, as that pullback occurs, we can even add more Fibonacci influence as more kind of recent price action reveals itself. But a nice pullback trade here on the dollar yen. Again, we have similar situations on euro yen and pound yen as well. They're a little bit different. They're breakouts. I guess the recent level of structure is a lot more recent than here on the dollar yen, but the same type of concept of looking for a pullback and a potential move forward. Or upward. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that boost button, hit that like button. Also leave me any comments or questions below. They could be chart related or just general trading related. I've been doing these short little videos, minute or less, kind of answering the questions that you guys have and creating this whole kind of portfolio form. So make sure you check those out. And until next time, plan your trade, trade your plan. Wishing you a great trading week.